Hello everybody. Today I was doing a bit of sorting out. I was going to put these glass doors back on my little cabinet over on top of my cubes over there, and I knew they were in this basket, and this particular basket goes under my die cutting table that way, over that way, and these are the templates for the drawers for the little cupboards. See, that's the old lining for the drawers, and they're the side parts. So I kept them so that I'd have something to go by when I redid it, and I've lined the top part of it with paper, and I was wanting to put the glass back on the doors, and so I grabbed, and I knew they were in this basket. Now this basket originally used to be in front of my desk up on top of the shelf, and I know that because it's got the pretty paper on the front, but I only had one of these baskets, and when I went to get more baskets they didn't have this kind. This one's got the lines on it, so I got 3 different baskets and I put this elsewhere. When I went to get this morning, I was taking it out and I realized that underneath of it is some of the stuff that I thought was up in this basket when I was sorting through it on video a week or so ago. So I thought we'd go through this. Remember I said there were lots of bits that I'd been adding and things like that. This is some of that stuff. I thought there was some missing. I kept thinking, gee, I thought I had more than this. And I do have more than this. This was originally up there. I moved it and just kept putting stuff up there. So half of it's here. So let's go through it. And I think I'm going to make a journal because I've started a journal a while ago. So we'll have a look. I know I started some of this when I did, when my floors were getting done. I was using grey thread. Yeah, because the sewing machine was down there, so I was able to use it when everything was packed away. And I did Angel Dream Crafts challenge because it was just out of little bits, and I was using grey thread. So some of this is from back then, which is about a year ago now, because I had the floors done in May last year. So look at this. I have pages already started here, which is really nice, and it's like an A4, I think, just folded in half, so it's an A5 size. Yeah, this is that blue thread that I was using for her journal, and I don't know if I made these specifically for that or whether they might have been for like another journal and these were leftover pages. I really can't remember, but I have those pages to start with. And then in here, let's see what we've got, because I honestly can't remember. There's little like envelope template things, and they're stitched onto a piece of fabric. I don't even remember doing this, to be honest. I don't know if I saw someone doing that or whether I just did it. This is how long they've been in there. Okay, well that's something, isn't it? These I know are what I was making for Kim's challenge, because I was using the packaging paper, and I made more than I needed, so that's a little pocket, and that's just packaging paper folded over a couple of times, some stronger tulle, and that's doubled over by the look of it. And some lace, and it's just all stitched together. What's that? That's like a tag, I guess. Yeah, like a tag. Same sort of thing, just it's like a thicker tulle, that one, or it's doubled. I'm not sure. And there's that one. Little pocket there. I don't even know if I've ever shown these before or not. I really don't know. Okay, I know I made one like this for Kim because I remember the angle, but this one, maybe I made this at the same time and I just didn't decorate it. It's nice and squishy though because it's just packing paper. Lots of it. And there's another one. Oh, no, that's different. That's like that. And that's also very squishy. Bits of wallpaper. Oh, look at this. Isn't this lovely? This lace is so pretty. So these must have been the scraps maybe. I don't know. That's a piece of lace. That was off a dress, and that's part of like the seam cut off the dress. A bit of fabric. There's some more, and there's some more. Okay, so they are all bits of wallpaper. They could have been left over because I had to cover a couple of things in my room with this wallpaper, like underneath of desks and things, just to tidy it up. And I used this, so that's probably where they've come from. We have baking paper. It's probably had something on it, and you know, like paper on it. It's been thrown in the oven with papers. More. Nice colour. Okay, so we've got baking papers. And then we've got there's some more of that fabric there. Look at that. Oh, whose did I make a postcard for? That, oh, that was a while ago. That would have been when I did that. Who did that? See, there's another one. That. Something like that. Don't know what that is. It's been printed on tea-dyed paper. Just a little tag. Packaging paper. And that looks like that might have been done at the same time as that as well. Okay, so they can go up with those. And look at this. I love this fabric. I didn't think I had any of this left. It's beautiful, this. It's got the cording going through it. I remember buying a dress, a really tiny dress. It was a lovely, could have been a long, like, top. My daughter's, I think Jessica at the time told me, no mum, it's a dress, and I thought, that's very short. But it's really pretty fabric. Okay, so that was in there. And then we have the basket as well. Let's see what we've got in here. There's fine tulle, bit of wadding. See, these are what I was looking for. All these little things that I made just as I finished other projects, I would just sew a bit of something onto a bit of paper, pretty much like these sorts of things here. And see, look, you've got these I made ages and ages ago because they were done in silver, so I must have done those around, oh, probably Christmas, because that's the only time I kind of bring that sort of stuff out. But not last year, probably a year or so ago. That's pretty. And they're the ends of those Prima tag things, and I've only ever used those a couple of times because somebody gave them to me. So I made those ones quite a long time ago. And then there's these ones, look at that. Just like end bits, cut off things. And there's another one, that one's nice. Just like, you know, using all those little end bits. What's that? Oh, it's just a, okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's another one of those silver ones. More paper like that other one. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I trimmed a book down or something, because it's just... No, it's not, because... Oh, I wonder if I was going to make something. Because if you look, I have double stitched at the front and double stitched at the end. So maybe... I'm not quite sure. Maybe that was going to be a little booklet or something. That's interesting, isn't it? Bits of fabric, bits of tea-dyed fabric, doily bits. Any other bits in here? What's okay? So we've got those. Maybe they were going to be pockets or something. Would they be page inserts, I wonder? They could be, but... Or maybe a pocket? I don't know. They're the inserts of the thing, and then these look like they're just, oh look, so there's a bit of tulle and doily, and they're stitched on. There's another one of those. Another doily, there's a couple of pretty doilies there. Lots of scrap bits. Nice fabric, I like that. Lots of triangles. Oh look. Lots of scrappy fabric bits. Little bits of zigzags, tops of bags, rick-rack. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? A bit of cheesecloth there. That, oh, a couple of years and years ago, I've only ever avocado dyed once, and I threw a bunch of stuff in. And this is the cheesecloth I put in. And I never liked the way mine turned out, because it always had like a more peachy look than what I'd seen. Everybody else was getting a real pink look, and mine looked far too peachy. I don't mind it, but I don't think it's great. Oh, well, that's very interesting, isn't it? So I can combine, because, oh, I've got to be careful. I pinched a nerve behind my shoulders. I've got all these little bits that I had in here, and I thought this was all of them, and now I've got all these things in here. See, this is why I'm sorting things, because they're ending up all over the place. Just let me get that basket down. See, this basket I replaced. See, these have got the doily effect on them. So that's the scrap paper. That can go over there. Oops. And that's the end bits that can go over there as well. What was this? These were the scrap fabrics I had up there. I could put those ones in with that as well. Yes. Otherwise, this is what happens if you don't put them all together. They end up in different places. And then you end up with stuff everywhere. So that's the fabrics. They're the book bases. There's another one here. That one. And that was a book that I must have been going... See, look, more scraps. More scraps. Oh, goodness. But I think I put those in this one specifically for this one that I must have started. And then there's the organza that I had. And I don't know if maybe that goes in with the fabrics as well. Put that in there. Okay. So we have some doilies. But this is what I mean. See, like these were made at one time. These were made, I think, around the time I made these. These I made last week or the week before. But then these ones in there I made at a different time. Then these silver ones I made quite a long time ago. And then these pieces have been made, well, actually probably these pieces were made at one time. I don't know what that is, but it's there. This one, and was there a no, I don't think there was. But then you've got these two using the same fabric were made at a separate time. And then these ones and these ones were made at a different time again. This was made at some stage. They're paper scraps. They can go in with the papers. Oh. And then there's this, along with those papers there as well. And that can go in with the fabric. And this is what I mean, why I keep it all neutral. And it's simply because I can use them all together if I want to. You know, so when I finish one project, just making something that's lying around, even if it's just one thing out of a lot of stuff, and putting it with other things that are similar, I can use them. Oh, I know when I made those. I made book paper tags and things as well. And then I've got this. And I honestly, they may have been leftovers. I'm not 100% sure. See, there aren't many books that I've made this size. And I haven't used this kind of fabric for a while. So, but it's the start of something, isn't it? There's, I don't know how many pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. And there's these. Maybe they can go in there. Like a pocket. I don't use that paper. Well, I do, but I don't make journals very often. They're kind of widely spaced apart. So I think I made these to be pockets, you know, to put things in and give to people. But I'm not going to use them like that. I think I'm going to put them in here. And this one maybe in here. Like that. So they can either be a pocket opening that way or a pocket opening that way. So they can go in there. Then you've got this, and I have no idea when I made this. Perhaps I saw something and was inspired to give it a go, but I honestly, if this looks familiar to anybody, please let me know, because I don't know where that idea sort of thing has come from for that. Oh, I just remembered. Hang on. I think it's in here, and I'm wondering, yeah, where is it? It's in it. This is a book I started. Is it just one? No. I saw a beautiful, beautiful journal made by Tina from Hummingbird Tales, probably over a year ago. And she used this kit, and I can't tell you the name of the kit, but I know it's a kit from Artie Mays. And I purchased the kit, and I printed the kit, and I folded them into pages and things. And that's as far as I got, because the floors were getting done. So it's quite a long time ago now. And then I moved into this room, and it got put in a bag and put away. And I think this may have been the first book that I made of this size. And I'm thinking these pages may have either been done at the same time. I don't know if they were made for this. I'm not sure if I was going to use much lace in this. It's just, I'm thinking they're the same size, aren't they, as that. I don't know if I want to use them together now. But this is, what have we got in here? This is that. What's that? Oh, I know what that is. That's interfacing. That's fabric interfacing, and it's not, I don't think, it might be, there's a slight sheen. it's old interfacing, so it might not like iron on anymore. I'm not sure. I'd have to try that. And it's been tea stained because what I did was I ran it through the printer. I need a piece of paper. I ran it through the printer and printed out some of the small images on from the kit. Can you see those? Similar to like the tea bag look that they get, but you know, I haven't got tea bags to run through a printer like that. They're already in bag type shapes, and I thought this might be a nice idea to use interfacing so I can cut the little images out. How well it actually works, I don't know. I might have to have it on white and then on tea paper. Gosh, that was a while ago now. So there's some more of the... Oh, I don't think they're from Artie Mays. They are some that I found on Pinterest, I think. So they're different. That one is... What's that? Oh, I must have been playing with one. That one is... What's this? Just words printed out. More nature pictures, I think, from Pinterest, or perhaps that free image site. What's it called? I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember. I've used it for years. There's some texture backgrounds I've got from online as well, and then some smaller images I've printed but on white paper, and those. Oh, and look, these are all the papers, but these have been done in white, so they're not going to be pages because I never have white on my pages. If I print them for pages, they're always tea stained. That's just the way I like them. So I'm going to have to sit down and look at these because I have no idea what I was going to do. I'll go and watch Tina's video again. I think I'll put a link to that in the description box because I know I just absolutely loved that journal she made, and that's what made me... What's that? Oh, I must have... That's no good anymore, is it? Changed my mind since name since then. Okay. Really want to get some projects finished this year and not have as many half-finished projects lying around. I wonder, are they Artie Mays? Those ones? I know they are because they're the same as the interfacing. That's that one, isn't it? That's the same as that. They're not. I'm thinking maybe I found these ones online. Yeah. I think I might have. I found these online, I know that, and those. Oh, that Karen, is it Karen? I don't know, that freebie site. I used to do digital scrapbook design when my son was a baby. Many. The Graphics Fairy. That's what it's called. Yes, she has wonderful images and she's been around for years and years. Wonderful site. I'll put a link below to that one as well because she has some wonderful images, and I think I may have found some of those images on there. So that all is to work on that journal, along with the interfacing, I guess. They do need more paper in them, but I feel that too much lace in that might not be a good idea. Like, I think that would match it all right, but I don't think the lace is the right kind of lace for that. That would probably go better in there. Yes. I'll keep those together. I'll pop that back in here. And there's one other journal that I have on the go. It could be in here as well. Journals are not something I make unless I'm in the mood. I don't make them all the time. I do kind of envy those ladies that just make one, you know, journals and that's their thing. Or they make doily books and that's their thing. I don't really work that way. I wish I did sometimes. I really do. I can't even find that one. It's a purple one. I wish I did just make one thing sometimes, because I think it would make just concentrating on one type of craft. I think it would make life a bit more simple at times. I just can't do that though. Where is that? Oh, here it is. I got it. Back. This is a Secret Santa gift I got at Christmas time. And I did start it. Look, there's heaps of signatures. They've even got the holes punched in them. There's no cover by the look of it though. Oh look, purple fabric. Oh, I think that came with it. What's that? Oh look, I even got little tags going here. What the? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's strange. I don't normally do tags like that, but I must have maybe seen it somewhere, I'm not sure. And that has some bobbin work. It's got the embroidery thread on one side and the cotton thread on the other. So it's been done earlier this year, this one. Look, it's got little charms as well. Butterfly Garden was the name of this kit. What's that? Oh, it's just a bit of purple tissue paper, a bit of purple ribbon. What else have we got in? Oh, okay, and these are just like, oh, it came with, look, there's purple lace. Oh, here we go. Valia Craft Studio 40-piece butterfly collection pack. There's tags and they're just offcuts of lace. Where's that? I thought I saw something. Oh, that one. There's bits of ephemera as well for this one. And then these, see, this is a white journal. Because when I got this, these were all pre-printed, and it's lovely thick paper, but there's no tea staining on it. And I can't put them through because this ink will run if I tea stain them now. So this is a white journal. I've only ever made one white journal, and I ended up putting it in the tea stain and putting it in the oven after I'd added. It was a Christmas, it's my Christmas journal. I actually use it at Christmas time to write down what I want to buy people and things like that. So it didn't end up staying white. And this one is white, and I've never really done a white journal. So I've obviously started it, but it's never been finished. I think I was going to give it to my daughter, to be honest, when it was finished, because she likes purple. So maybe I'll still do that. Maybe I'll finish it and give it to her. She would like purple. I could do that. Okay. I could do that. So that's a purple one. But it's not a shabby one, you know, because it's all very straight, almost tidy. So that's that one. And then I've got one other one here that I started. Oh, I know I'm not the only one who starts everything. I know that. This one is different though. Oops, hang on, I've got lace on the other side of it. Okay, sorry about that. I had some lace hanging on a hook on the back of it. This one, it's dusty. Let's just move this. This one is an art journal I attempted. I need to wipe that. This was a while ago as well. This was also inspired by, no, it was inspired by Artie Mays, I think. She was doing, what was she doing? She was doing a ring-bound art kind of journal, and I've never really done anything like that. And this is it. Mine didn't turn out anything like hers, but I don't think they're supposed to, you know. Oh gosh, that's so dusty. Mine ended up in much paler colours because I didn't have many paints, and so I just had to use what I had. Just sit down. My neck is a bit sore, and I think I showed you the pages, and I did a bit of work on it, and I haven't looked at it since. That's terrible, isn't it? I haven't looked at it since then. I've sort of put it aside to do another day, and this is the other day. So let's have a look. I put it together by the look of it. I'm not sure whether I showed the rings. The rings are probably not the right size. But I know as I started working on it, it went from like shabby chic to something else, and I wasn't sure how to do it, I don't think. So this is how it started going, and like I said, this has been put away since I initially did it, which was around the same time I showed you the pages. So that's like, I think it was supposed to be a spring journal. Well, it's autumn here now, so that's probably when I did it. A dream catcher type thing. There's a little bit of decoupage. There's some charms and lace. There's a bit of gilding around the edge. Doily, more lace, a feather. Is that a pocket? I don't know. Metal piece. It's just more a collage type art journal. And because I'm not used to, I kind of didn't know what to do. So, and it doesn't really matter what you do. I know that now. Oh, that's threaded through there. Look, there's a hole like a tag and the feather goes through it. And then there's more napkin decoupage here. There's a tag in there. And there's all fabric, but I think that's what she said to do. There's some handmade paper there. It's probably come from the show. There's a tag there. That looks like one of those cards. What are they called? I can't remember. Project Life card type thing. That's decoupaged. Painting. That's a wooden die cut with a doily piece. Scraps of fabric and more gilding. What's this? Okay, so I had ideas for on this page or something, one of those 2 pages. I don't know what. I'll have to revisit this as well, won't I? There's some more. There's a tag in there. A bit of lace and a couple of little tags and a charm with a flower on it. That's cute. And an envelope. Nothing in there. And there's a pocket with a doily and fabric. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's like a vintage journal piece, but it's all embossed. Those pansies are all embossed. Bit of stenciling and music paper. And then, oh, we have a little one with the butterfly stitched on. Fabric. What's that? Is that a... That's not, no, it's just a little page, because she does that. And that's another one, bright for me. And some sparkles, because I do like a touch of sparkle. That's probably why I did all this, but looking at it now I'm thinking, why did I do that? But it's okay. It's fun to try things, isn't it? There's a stamp and flowers. Oh, I remember that paper. Yes, so that looks like it. See how they kind of started and they were all nice and shabby, but then as I started adding things, like that isn't shabby at all. That's more vibrant. And I like it. It's just something a little bit more different for me to do this sort of thing. And so that's for that. And it's a bit more subdued. I'd say as I started working on it, I may have got more adventurous. See, I was getting a bit brighter and brighter. Had I kept going, who knows what happened at the end of it. And I will. I'll have to make a point of setting aside a day. Where's that come from? I wonder if that was somewhere. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was with that. Okay. Setting aside a day to work on that. And then in here, think these are all the little bits I must put aside to use in there, like, you know, spring type of things. Little pictures of flowers, a doily I've scanned, all that sort of cards with a, what's that little cactus thing? Oh look, that's a pretty tag, isn't it? That's a tag off a garment. Look at that. That's a, it's like a double tag. Isn't that nice? But that's just a garment tag. How elaborate is that? It's all embossed and it's really thick. What's that? Oh, my daughter gave me that. Layla B's artwork. She has a, well, she doesn't live here anymore, but she used to love picking pretty business cards up and giving them to me, and it is pretty, isn't it? So, oh look, there's little flowers in here as well. Okay. So that's set aside, and we have book paper, dusty book paper, and some things, and some fabric pieces. Oh, they're the corners off the bag I made. See, that's the corner I cut off when I was doing the bottom of the bag. And these are off the bag I made as well. So they're all very good. And look how dusty, oh my goodness. Is that, there it is. Okay, try not to get the ink on there. These are some words, quotes, like summer, spring, I guess, summer. Maybe it was a summertime one, maybe not as far away as spring. I love how summer just wraps its arms around you like a warm blanket. Like a sauna in my case. Okay, and then there's all these things here. There's a bit of wrapping paper. Oh no, it's a bag. It's a bag. More butterflies and just all sorts of things that I've put in here. Butterflies and some blue sparkles for summer. What are they? Oh look. Stickers. More stickers. And more stickers. And pretty butterflies. And oh, they're the little colour. I think, I'm trying to think what paper collection that is. Peon Designs, Life is Peachy. They're all the little bits from the bottom of the paper that show you both sides of the paper. Tags. Okay, so there's lots to work with, and that must have been the napkin. I've cut some of that out and used it. Oh, okay. And there's some more napkins. That one, Bluebird, and that one I've used in there, I think. Oh, and that's that brighter one. Okay. All right. A bit more doily. Painted. Oh, there's a couple painted tags. Oh, look. I remember finding that at the op shop. They're little stickers. And then there's a little flag thing. And there's paper in there too. Okay. A blue flower. And oh, look. one of my stamps. I must have used that in there. What's this? Don't know. Oh, maybe that's where I punched. Yep, that's my guide. Okay. So that will all go back in there. So that's the beginning of my art journal. So there's a few things on the go, and I need to set aside a day every week to work on one of these things, I think, so that they get done. Alright, well, this will be the sorting video, and the next one I'll work on one of them. Okay, bye.